Why are you sacrificing with basis?
I'm gonna kill this one.
My erectile is not dysfunctional.
Let's use our president, for example.
Are you over 10,000 kilometers away from South Africa?
Conspiracy theorists. I can open the door for you to join the Illuminati.
Good evening, everyone.
Nippycast.
Hola hater, who's it? DJ Nipro. Oh, we are on a Vhembe Podcast charge on the Nippycast Podcast. One man show again? Yeah, it's becoming a habit. Do you think I need a sidekick? Yeah, there is a sidekick. You know, he's not here though. Somewhere there is a sidekick. Today, where are we? Repetonofi Thando Block F. Happen to be Ubizofi CTM grounds, actually. Repetonofi Thando Block F. Happen to be Zofi CTM grounds, actually. Right in front of me, the burden of Punda Maria. Punda Maria is actually a road that connects Luitrichat to Kruger National Park. It's actually almost a regional road. Yeah, it is a regional road, but it's been maintained by the national guys, which is Sandrail. I'm so surprised why they don't even have a toll gate on this one. They should have a toll gate. What? Where are we going to put it? How much are you going to would you pay? Already you're whining about the N1 toll gates. You're not going to pay this one. What's about that? If there was a toll gate, how much would you want to pay for? Otherwise, welcome to the podcast. This is a special edition as well, again, because we're heading towards June. We're working on a show for June 16. Well, it's not going to happen on the day because June 16 is on the wrong day this year. Well, not necessarily the wrong day. It's on the 16th, which is the Monday. Yeah, it's not like the 16th changes. It's on the Monday. The Monday always changes every year. So we've got a show that we're going to do on the 14th. We're going to call it Vhembe Crafts Market, which is a child of Limpopo Crafts Market. Okay, so what is the craft market? Well, that question, I'm sure I get it all the time. I've done a couple of interviews at various radio stations on what exactly the show is all about. So what we realized in the arts, the industry arts, you know, but when you never debut and all the time. So it means that, for example, next to you somewhere in your block or wherever you come from or your village, if you can make a broomstick with your own hands, that's your art. Like beadworking, that's your art. That's your art. Somebody, crafted some sort of a thing like draw artistic stuff that most of people are thinking like, no, these things don't add value. Draw. So that show is designed to showcase work of all crafters. So now the craft market is designed for artistic people to come and showcase all the artistic work there. Art would mean a lot of things. What we're doing right about now with this podcast is art. Remember, I have to sit down and be artistic. And then write the content. Today we're going to talk about a craft market. Okay. Even designing the show itself, because we've been designing the show for the past 4 months now. We spend so much time designing the show than actually talking about it. So it takes us so much time. So I was arguing even the other day with the guy who was doing our billboarding for it, advertising on the PR side. We would argue 30 seconds. I'm like, how can we argue 30 seconds for 5 days? What the fuck? What the hell? And I realized, okay, well, Hollywood would actually make a movie for a year and then they will play it for 90 seconds. That's art. So you see, abantu baspenda chipinga na Spanish chavo it was art. You guys just enjoy it because you see. Actually, if you look around wherever you go, there's art everywhere. If you are watching this thing not on your phone, even the designer of your phone was artistic as well. So that phone is arguably a sculpture. Even the design of the TV that you're watching this thing on, if it's on the TV, that's a sculpture. Even the design of a satellite that is beaming this from the sky up, coming down from the space, whatever, that's art. Somebody had to design some sort of a sculpture for it to say this is how it's going to look like. Actually, the layman's terms of a sculpture will be like a caricature. The first time maybe you try to draw something like think of a stick man. Stick man is that's art as well. You see, like there's no stick man. I'll draw you a stick man. You'll see the upon broadcast of that. So ndikunyago runga nonyago itamini whether net azvienda ndorunga ngachanda, that's art. If you see a glass and then you draw something and then kind of melt a glass and then you make something like a sculpture, that's art. That's what we are looking for. So I mean, there's a lot we can talk about as our art, but what we're going to do is June 14th we'll be doing Vhembe Crafts Market. Everyone is invited. Tickets, I'm going to put up now a banner that will show you every single aspect of what we're going to do. It's going to be a long week. Artists performing there, that's art. Going on stage, writing a song, that's art, right? The girl's going to put the stage together and then design it like this. Like even before I started shooting it, I realized, no, I need sunset at this level, like this. And then there was a soccer match playing and I realized, okay, now let me just go to the other side and get the audio right. Obviously, I know that audio won't be working right well, but I don't know because I will hear noise from that. So that's art in my school of thought, of thinking. So every single thing around us is artistic. So I think maybe at the end of the day, art was probably designed by God, because God is the one who made all these things appear the way that we see them. Imagine if there was no shape of any form of anything, you wouldn't even be able to go into a car. You don't know where the door is because there is no art. If there was art, you would know where the door is. That's why you go into a car. So that's art. The guy somebody drew the car actually in the beginning. It might sound a bit crazy. Every single thing you consume on a daily basis has got an artistic element of it. Either it's crafted or not, there is an artistic element of it. Fashion. Think of these things on my top. This is art. You see. Yeah, well, like I said, I'm at Tando Block F. If you're hearing some stuff in the background, this is a mosque. They just started praying. Hopefully they pray for the Vhembe Crafts Market. That's June 16th commemoration for it. We're going to do it on June 14th. Talking about June 16th, I've got an agreement with the previous team of my podcast to say we're going to shoot it at Vilakazi Street for obvious reasons. And then we shot the other episode, I think 2 years ago, in front of Zephaniah Mtupen's house, where we got the comrades coming through, the PSA guys, to say we always come visit this house every single time because of June 16 commemorating it. Well, around about now, I'm going to put up a video where we shot it outside, so in commemorating June 16. What we're going to do now is we're going to go back to Soweto. We are going to June 16 of 3 years ago, Zephaniah Mtupen's house. In front of that, we're going to start the video at the part where the comrades come through, and then at the time when they leave. So yes, let's go into it right there.
Yeah, so this is the PAC, as you know, June 1976.
The engineers of this.
They always pass here, and here's the evidence, of what happens in 16 June, commemorating the mastermind.
Yeah, you can join us. You can.
Soldiers.
Everyone can join us. You can come here.
Soldiers. Israeli force. Podcast. are free. We are free. Africa.
Wow, it looks like Zephaniah is waking up now because we never thought they were gonna come.
Oh man, this is nothing.
Let's welcome This episode is proudly sponsored by the cannabis-flavored 6G chili beef biltong. Enjoy. Not for sale to persons under the age of 18.
Lead the way.
Yeah,
Lead the way.
Israeli forces. Africa.
Israel.
Forces. Azania is burning. So today I'm being visited by one of my brothers here, Nipro, who holds podcasts around the country. He also came to commemorate this day with us. So we are trying to tell the world, South Africa, not Azania, because Azanians we know. So we are trying to teach South Africa that it's not South Africa, it's Azania. And the only person who actually masterminded the June 1976 and this day is in existence was because of Zephaniah Mutuping. Africa. So
that's why we are here.
as you can see here, these are militant, Potco, well-trained, who have come to dedicate and commemorate this day. A man who has not been actually honored, and it's a very rich history, that we have here. So as you can see, everybody is in highest vibes, because of this day. Not high spirits of people who died on that day, but high spirits of receiving blessings from these people and sending a statement, to be where we are today, even though we are still not Uhuru. Israeletu. I don't know if there's any other Mwafrika who would like to just probably
Speak.
We have commissars.
Africa.
One settler, one bullet, each bullet take us forward. No surrender, no compromise,
No surrender.
Untobekelo somthandazela shayidolo phansi somthandazela Usemberelo somthandazela shayidolo phansi somthandazela Untobekelo somthandazela shayidolo phansi somthandazela
Africa is village.
Greetings to all the viewers at home during this podcast period. We greet you all in the name of the liberator of this country, which is affectionately known as South Africa, but as the Africanists, we recognize it as Azania. And we are here today not to celebrate, but to commemorate the life that was sacrificed by this Mataya, our father, Uncle Zeph Mutuping. We are here also to pay homage to those that he has left behind and the legacy that he has left behind. As a result, you see us now today talking in behalf of what, of the legacy that he has left behind. But without saying a lot in terms of my introduction, I would like to also get into the crux of the matter, which signifies the day that we are commemorating today. Apparently, in the current books of history in South Africa, it is mentioned that this day came as a result of all other so-called liberation movements who liberated us, and the fact that it was also about the struggle for Afrikaans, where students they were defying the Afrikaans as a medium of instruction. Unfortunately, that's not the entire truth, because the actual truth speaks to the fact that actually there was a secret trial that was taking place, that took place after the atrocities of 1976, where Mtatem Tupeng, Uncle Zeph, was the accused number one on the day. Second to him, it was Tatu Kanya. He was second accused. That trial was called the 18 Bethel Trialists, and it was so secretive to a point that nobody knew of what was happening on the other side. You know, even the media at the time, they were busy, you know, issuing propaganda outside there, telling people about this distorted history, which has no significance whatsoever towards our liberation. So that trial took place immediately after those atrocities, and 18 of those people who were accused, if my facts are correct, I think about 4 or so of the members were members of the Azap. Now this is what Uncle Zeph was accused of. He was accused of being the mastermind behind the atrocities of 1976. Now, underline that. Why would a government of apartheid choose this one individual who happened to be the member of the National Executive Committee of the PAC and decided to sentence him to Robben Island for 1976?
This episode is proudly sponsored by the cannabis-flavored 6G chili beef biltong. Enjoy, not for sale to persons under the age of 18.
Now we are here in Africa to clarify those distorted histories, to say you will never find this history in the history books, in the current curriculum at school. The only way to get this hit is to come and be member of the PAC, is to become an African, is to come and be part with us. Then you'll get to know why the PAC exists and why Ntatem Tupeng suffered so much more than any other prisoner who was sentenced in Robben Island at the time. And the most tortured prisoner in the history of the country. Why? Because he only wanted one thing. The PAC is fighting for a noble cause, which is the land restoration. We are saying, if you don't have land as Africans, it matters not how much money you have, because you're going to need to utilize that money based on land. So if you don't have land, You are simply a poor person in your own country. So Ntate Mtuping was fighting for that noble cause. And we are here to ensure that legacy of Ntate Mtuping, of Tatu Sobukwe continues as a PAC. And many obituaries have been written of the PAC, that the PAC is dying. PAC does not know what it wants. But unfortunately, we have been vindicated today. Because if you look at what is happening in the discourse, in the political discourse of this country, now it's fashionable to talk about land. But way back then, they were saying we were crazy when we were talking about land. We are still talking about land even today. The struggle of 1976, it was not only about Africans. It was the struggle of a total overthrow of the system that has repossessed us of our land and which has been oppressing us as Africans. But as you know, Africa, when you are approaching a struggle, you apply strategy and tactics. So Africans and education were part of the strategies and tactics that were applied by Otatu Mtuping to say, in order for the masses to understand what we are talking about, in order for the masses to liberate themselves, let us use these tools that are before us so that we can conscientize the masses about their dispossession of land. So the entire struggle is still about land, Africa. We are not here to huru, Africa. So we are saying, aluta continua. Izwe letu, Africa. Yeah, next to me, I think Africa. Africa has already introduced himself. Africa, he's a grandson of Tatu Mtuping. And Africa, through him, he has managed to the legacy of his grandfather continues. And we are so happy about that because very few of the descendants of the liberation stalwarts whom you'd find moving the same footsteps of their forefathers. And we are saying to you, Africa, keep the flag high and keep the fire burning because we are 1 in a million, Johnny Lam. Is late. From Cape to
Madagascar.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think there's no other way to end this podcast than this. Nothing I'll say will sound cooler than this. Thank you for watching Nippycast, straight from Soweto Uprising's house outside here. Tovicho, Mararo, let's sign out. His spirit is here right now. Tovicho. I'm going to leave it running. Yes, I was so shocked when they popped up, by the way. So earlier on, I was even talking to a friend of mine. His name is Peter Mokwebo. He's one of the contributors on this podcast, as well as a guy called Mega who used to shoot it at his house when it started. I mean, episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Today we're on episode 100 and this will be 100 and shit, something. Is there such a number? Shit, something. If you think there's such a number. Cool. If you're still with us, thank you for watching. My name is DJ Nipro, you're on Nippycast Podcast. And then also thank you for the new subscribers I've seen who are reaching the mark. We were aiming at Royal Gardens last year. We're aiming at 500 people. At least now we've generated 200 people. And then I know this is a very walk, like a tortoise walk, like a turtle walk or turtle swim. No, can't be turtle swim. Turtle walk. If the turtle is walking by the beach, it walks at this pace. So, but I really appreciate that. And then I think what I like about the fact that most of the people are just going into the thing and registering or subscribing is the fact that I know that they are watching, because according to the report that I'm getting from YouTube, they're saying they watch so much. You know, it's different from when I've got like 1 million people who don't really watch. It's nice that I've got like 700 people who really watch. You know, so we're not doing bad at all. And then, the bells and whistles of my podcast and my pages is the fact that if you like things and you want to hang with us at our gigs, I'm your guy. So we can get freebies all over the show. I'm the type of a guy who can walk into any shop and say, hey, my man, give this guy something. They just go in. I'm kidding. But I'm saying all the subscribers will always get stuff. I know the other ones, I gave them tickets to the previous biggest show in Vhembe, which is Para FM Royal Heritage Festival. And then and the other guys who were subscribed prior that, who subscribed prior that, were like, oh, Maraurine, is it there? And I'm like, no, guys, there will be other things. Like, for example, at the Botanical Gardens on the June 14th, I will probably give away tickets to all the subscribers. Who knows? What do you think? Is that art? You will never know. Cool. Sharp. Now we're done with June 16. That's just in commemoration, so we're parking that. Thank you for watching. My name is DJ Nipro, your Nippycast Podcast.
Hi, my name is Mutoda.
Hi, my name is Mutoda.
I'm here to tell you
to
subscribe to
Nippycast
Podcast on YouTube. Sharp.
Sharp.
Thank you.
Why you sacrificing with basis? I'm gonna kill this one.
My erectile is not dysfunctional.
Let's use our president, for example.
Are you over 10,000 kilometers away from South Africa?
Conspiracy theorists.
I can open the door for you to join the Illuminati.
Remembering everyone.
Nippycast.